Thank you so much for joining me here at the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. My name is Elspeth, and this reading is a sacred directions reading to give guidance to those that are an, an air sign, sun, or just air dominant in their chart. I'm trying to do these on a weekly basis, and you may find some other readings by myself on my channel. I do a daily chakra attunement for each day of the week, roots on Monday all the way through the crown on Sunday. And I also offer an awaken reading related to when the moon changes signs every 2 or 3 days. So this is a 5-card spread. It starts with a center card in the position representing your will, and then there are 4 cards surrounding it in directions representing the elements of the earth. So we will start with that center card for you, and from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun you got organization. It's a Mercury and Capricorn card. The farm scene may seem to depict the simple life, but only a rigid routine and application to duty enables the tangible fruits of the labors to be achieved. Mercury Capricornians are shrewd, practical, organized, and ambitious. There is always method in their thought processes, and their instinctive ability to take things one step at a time makes for few pitfalls on the road to achieving ambitions. Such types always take a realistic approach to goals, and rarely fooled by idealistic claptrap, opt for the slow but sure route rather than the fast lane. Such a conscientious and patient approach to organization needs to be balanced with a sense of humor. We all know the consequences of all work and no play. Despite this personality's type's severe sounding nature, humor is a common trait, and many comedians have this planet sign placing. The Mercury Capricornian type is prepared to spend time on education to achieve more professionally and considers planning this important. People with this combination communicate well with the public. They could be successful and find recognition in politics and social or community work. Just as Mercury Capricornians require recognition and achievement, they also respect authority. Often this admiration, coupled with a desire to see tangible outcomes, can be taken to extremes and involve name-dropping and the cultivation of the company of influential people to enhance personal prestige. When this card is drawn, it indicates that hard, conscientious work is required in order to achieve long-term aims or solve an immediate problem. Events associated with this are a need for extreme patience, discussion about discipline and control, taking a position of responsibility, working with someone famous. So that's your willpower that you are going to be utilizing through this week, and it is going to flood into the other elements of your being, and we will explore how that happens first through the element of fire, which is your passion. So from the Dragon Oracles deck, we have Water Dragon for you. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. 4th dimensional water dragons are a soft green color and very beautiful. They undulate with the flow around them and help everything to move forward with grace and tranquility. Their service work is to maintain the constant movement of Christ's light in the waters of our planet. They also help us to develop our psychic abilities and intuition. The message the elemental water dragons are bringing you is to flow round your challenges with loving intent. If you ask them, they will help you look for an easy way to circumnavigate your challenges and to deal with people lovingly. To enable this to happen, they will help you to develop your intuition and psychic abilities by touching your third eye and allowing the petals of the Psyche Center to open. When you listen to your inner wisdom and trust that the water dragons will guide you, the course of your life will run more smoothly. Ask them to cleanse the cells of your body, for this will enable you to shine your light even more brightly. Then your guidance is to relax so that they can access your energy fields and pour the golden Christ light of pure, unconditional love into them. Flow with it. Consciously absorb the golden Christ light. This will bring you love, wisdom, and healing, and enable you to travel effortlessly on your ascension path. It will also allow you to direct and help others with calm and integrity. So as you go forth with this idea of organization, it sounds like in implementing it, don't forget to flow. We don't want to become too rigid. That part of creating structure is paradoxically enabling flow to occur. So in your position of emotions from the Hawaiian Wisdom deck, we have Lono and Kamapua, the harvest god Lono and the pig god Kamapua, harvest or fertility. We got this card in the Kamapua side up. Kamapua has been described as greedy, egocentric, and chaotic. He carelessly roots up soil with his phallic-like snout and disrupts the landscape, destroying whatever is in his way. The story of Kampua'a's conquests in love and war are well known on the island. But as any caretaker of the crops of the earth knows, overturning the soil may help to keep it oxygen-rich and fertile. Therefore, the recklessness of Kamapuas may help keep you from taking yourself too seriously and provide you with the fertilizer to finish projects with freshness. Sometimes the formless freedom of carelessness, spontaneity, and passion are just what it takes to get out of a rut. Taken to the extreme, however, too much rutting can leave the soil unfertile and dry as dust. The appearance of Kamapuas may also be a warning you to beware of the lack of discipline and of carelessly running from one thing to the next. In these instances, it becomes necessary to set limits for yourself in order to transform the reckless ruts of Kamapua to the predictable, persevering peacefulness of Lono. So it's definitely reinforcing this idea of, yes, you may want some structure and you may want to flow around things, but also a little bit of chaos, but not too much, is always good to keep in the process too. Too much rigidity is just not healthy for anyone or any project. So in our Earth position, we are going to take a card from an Aboriginal deck, the Dreamtime deck. And for you, we have Bat Island, intuition. Bat Island is also known by the Bellingham locals. The Bellingen locals is actually a large colony of flying foxes, which inhabits a small island on the north side of the Bellinger River. The flying fox is a very large bat with a fox-like face. It spends its days hanging upside down, resting in trees, and then at dusk, its colonies come alive with loud calls and cries as the flying foxes take flight through the darkening sky on their search for food. The flying fox does not have the normal sonar of most bats, but uses its eyes to search for food. It is most active in the nighttime. When it uses all of its senses, it takes flight and travels vast distances in its quest for ripe fruit to feast on. Bat Island teaches you to trust your own feelings at this time, even if your rational mind is telling you differently, if you're receiving very clear messages. Bat Island is here to offer support with your newfound gifts of insight and knowing. The flying fox's message is to use your senses, trust your instincts, and listen to the whispers of spirit. Bat Island and the flying fox may also symbolize an understanding of your own psychic abilities. You may find that you have the ability to hear, feel, or see what others don't. Bat Island reminds you that you are not alone with these abilities. Even though they may feel strange and unnatural, you are gifted, and there are others who also carry these gifts. Use your intuition at this time and trust all is unfolding as it should be. This message is completely echoing that which was in your water position, in your fire position, which was the water dragon, bringing in intuition, psychic abilities, and allowing that to be part of this process of what you're building in the real world. So we're going to finish this reading with a card from an Aztec themed deck to represent your position of air, which is your way of communicating and thinking. And for you, we have monkey in reverse. Its keywords are cleverness, survival, opportunism, sneakiness. Contrary monkey is warning you to drop the act, fold up your tent, and leave the situation, because you're about to get caught in your own sting. You've pushed the envelope a little too much by playing the opportunist hand. The old adage, never con a con, applies here. Monkey is playing you right now instead of you playing monkey, and you need to make some immediate changes in your strategy. It's time to fess up. You've just been found out. So this may be referring to having sort of contradictory or out of alignment thoughts and communication with what you're trying to build into the world, and that perhaps it's time to rectify that, build trust back up, make sure that you have solid alliances with everyone that you are partnering with, and that you respect the communication of yourself and others. Such a healthy and necessary thing to cultivate. So thank you so much for sharing this reading with me. Please join me for any of my other readings. I will be more than pleased to have you along again for my next reading. Until then, stay blessed and take care, and I'm sending you so much love.